My name's Jennifer Makunde. I've been working here at the Mint for about 7 years now. Originally I started as an accountant up in the finance area, and then I developed a real interest in the supply chain and the production of coins, so I've sort of morphed on into the supply chain manager. So I am now responsible for managing the relationship with the commercial banks, and we deal with the RBA and Treasury as well to manage the actual supply of coin out to the Australian population. Some of my main responsibilities are looking after the customers, which are the commercial banks. They order coin from us, and so we just make sure that there's enough coin available for them. I'm also responsible for assisting with the forecasting and the demand estimates for coin, so making sure that we produce the right amount of coin for the coin needs of the banks. Well, first of all, we forecast what we think is going to be the demand from the banks. We then produce according to that forecast. So depending on how much the banks have required from us, we sometimes do build up a little bit of a buffer, ready and anticipating their next need. We then adjust production accordingly to make sure that we don't have too much on hand at any one time, but enough to satisfy their needs. So numismatic coin are primarily sold through the shop, or online, or through our dealers. We sell them directly, so we make them to our forecasted plan and our ideas of what we want to sell for the next year. We sell them off to dealers in bulk. The shop actually, you can come in and buy one if you like, or you can buy online in individual. As for circulating coin, we get orders from the banks and we send them through on trucks quietly out to the distribution points. The banks then collect them at the other end and distribute them to their customers, and then we go in and through our normal shopping or through visiting a bank branch, we end up with coins in our pockets. That primarily happens in years when we don't have a lot of demand from one year to the next for a particular denomination. So sometimes we have some really popular themed commemorative coins, and those coins will go out and they'll instantly disappear, and then they have a call or a need for more coin of that same denomination. Other years, just depending on how that has gone and how the commercial environment's operating, there can be a build-up of a particular denomination, so therefore we don't need to sell as much of that denomination to meet the community's needs. So in those instances, you can get a build-up of a denomination. We may not actually need to make any, depending on the buffers that we've got in reserve. If that happens, you could have a year where there may not be one denomination made. And sometimes, if just a small amount's made, those coins can become very special later on. So the most challenging thing for me in my role is making sure that we have the right forecast and that we produce the right amount of coin at the right time. So the demand for coin is not necessarily the same every week, and so we have to try and make sure that we've got the right coin on board for when the banks need it. I enjoy working at the Mint because if you're coming from the perspective of an accountant, which I am primarily, this job offers so much more than just numbers and books, which is what we do for a living. So I get to interact with so many people. I get to see production, I get to learn how coins are made and distributed, I get to see the different customers that we have. You just get such a much broader range. That whole manufacturing environment thrown in as well is really exciting for me.